I was a relatively new dev, I inherited some code. I inherited a project that I had a very hard time understanding what it was doing. And I thought for a long time that's because I just didn't have the capacity to understand like what real code looks like and does. And it took me, it was the kind of thing where like it run and then I would have to like modify it slightly for somebody who asked, and I wouldn't touch it, very afraid to change it. And like over the course of a couple of years with that same code base, not working on it constantly, but just like fulfilling requests, fixing bugs, I advanced to the point where I realized, oh, this is bad code. Like I didn't have the knowledge to realize the reason why I can't understand this is because this is a hot mess. Because now I've seen some code that's good, like that's like well factored and thought through. And it wasn't me in this particular case, at least. It was just like, this is a hot mess of code that I inherited. And I had no context for that, no ability to even judge what was good or bad. I just thought I was inadequate. And that was kind of demoralizing.
Been there, man.
Until I realized it. Then I was like, yeah, have you?
More on the front end stuff, like just weird things happening in Rails. This one application I was working on for, I won't name the company. I was a contractor, and it was just like front end forms coming from different places. And just, it was just really, the front end was, this is also the era of bad front end anyways. Like it was still maturing. And I think it's still kind of almost bad. It's getting better, of course, but the iteration to now is much better than it was 10 years ago. And it was just maybe bad ways then. I don't know. It was just hard to follow everything. I feel like every time I touched it, I broke it. I couldn't really do a lot of stuff in it. The CSS was mangled, and this is before BEM and any other thing that you could even do to apply, components to a site, a page or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's tough.
I think that's a real advertisement for finding a mentor or having a pair with somebody who's more experienced, because all it would have taken is somebody else to look at that code and say, no, man, this is terrible. Like, I understand why you can't understand it. And my light bulb would have went on immediately. Instead, it took a very long time.